Someone asked me how I healed my disorganized attachment style, and first of all, it's not a straight line, it's a lot of work, and I don't think I'm healed, but I do know my patterns and I'm so much better, and I know what triggers me, and I communicate openly with my partner about it, and I think that's key to success. That is extremely important, that I understand myself and talk about it. To cut a long story short, I grew up with parents who were both busy with themselves and, well, forgot about us children pretty much. And I also managed somehow to be my dad's favorite, which my mother hated from the bottom of her heart. So we had special dynamics in our family and special things happening, which I'm not happy to share because both my parents are still alive. And, well, you fight for love. Sometimes you get rewarded, sometimes you be abandoned, and out of that you just develop that probably the shittiest attachment style you can actually even have. And what it looks for me in reality is that, especially in the beginning of a relationship, especially when somebody pulls away, I get really, really clingy and so anxious. And once it's all settled, I'm not just really relaxed in the relationship, I actually don't want closeness at all. It gives me the ick. It's terrible. If he bombards me with love and attention, I feel smothered and I get the ick and I pull away. It sounds like a game, but it's not. And it's my nervous system screaming out, too much, too fast, danger. I don't feel safe. So how do I deal with that? Now, first of all, I think the biggest part is recognition. You have to know your patterns, otherwise you just keep acting out of them all the time, unconsciously. So that first step is huge, to be able to stop in the moment and say, oh, look at that. Here I've got feelings I can't handle. Here are thoughts that don't serve me well. This is my attachment system talking to me. And then you got to communicate. I'll communicate openly with my partner what's happening. And the good thing is, and what makes it easier, he had a very difficult childhood too, and he's done a massive amount of work, so he knows what I'm talking about and he has an understanding. I will say things like this: I'm feeling extremely anxious right now because you haven't reached out, so that is for me a massive trigger. And on the flip side as well is, if you smother me with love, I will run away. I told him, if you come too close, it'll trigger me. It's ludicrous because we crave intimacy so much, and when we get it, we don't want it. And I said to him, if you send me 20 love messages in a row, I will feel trapped. If you ring me 1,000,000 times a day, it just gives me the ick. Just don't do that. And it's so liberating when somebody actually understands. And I know as well it's hard work. I am hard work. And you gotta laugh about it. That's another thing. Just laugh about it, because, well, I can't change it anyway. I am an amazing person in a lot of ways. And when it comes to my attachment style, well, there's still work to do. But be forgiving with yourself and accept yourself as you are, because that's another thing. It's so important. There's nothing wrong with me. I refuse to think there's something wrong with me. I just learned along the way an attachment style that doesn't serve me well right now. And, I've learned it along the way to keep me safe. For whatever, it kept me safe. Now it doesn't keep me safe anymore, and we have to work through it. And that's probably part of what I call reparenting. Now, when you are in the early stages of your relationship, it means you have to pull yourself back, or I at least have to do this. When my urge is there to cling and I get really, really anxious, I stop myself, I hug myself, I journal, I call a friend, and I teach my nervous system I'm safe, I'm loved, I'm wanted, I'm needed, I'm supported, and I do not need to text him right now. And the funny thing is that, and it shocked me that for years I believed I was the anxious attachment style type, always pushing people away with the neediness. But when I really looked back at my relationships, I saw that I pulled away from so many loving, kind men who really loved me. Gosh, they loved me. And as soon as they loved me too much, I would run away. But realizing this is also a game changer, because all of a sudden, I am loved. I thought nobody loves me. Nobody likes me like the way I am. Something's wrong with me. No. There are people who love you. Really, really. And there were a lot. And I just thought, nah, don't love me. You can't love me. As soon that happened, Yeah, I ran away. It's hilarious. So I realized what I thought I wanted, that intimacy, I actually couldn't handle. So that is then the next step. You have to understand you can't handle it. It doesn't feel safe. Intimacy, real intimacy, doesn't feel safe. And that's awareness, that gap between wanting and being able to receive is actually the key. So again, for me, journaling is a big part. I revisit my thoughts over and over again. I actively do this. I watch what I'm thinking. I watch what I'm feeling. I'm sitting with my feelings. I don't push them away anymore. I sit with them and let them be there and acknowledge them. And then I rewrite, especially the story in my head. The wording is so important. And I do that over and over and over again. The story I needed to change. So this is important. Look, the story you have in your head, you need to rewrite this. There's no way around it. And when thoughts pop up that say, this is too much, I can't handle it, you know, and I feel the anxiety popping up into it's also anxiety. It's really interesting when this, I can't even describe that feeling. It's just, it's like you feel claustrophobic. And when this happens, okay, I sit with this. Okay, what are you trying to tell me right now? Why doesn't it feel safe? Let's have a look at it. And then the thoughts would pop into my head, and then I write it down, journal, and rewrite the story. Now, I can handle this. I actually crave this. It's safe to receive love. It feels good. It feels safe to be supported. People don't always run away. It is safe to actually allow somebody to see me like I am, and he will still stay with me because I'm so good. And then you go, and that's important too. You go and look for evidence that you are loved, and that love actually felt good in the past, along the way, somewhere. Evidence that being supported feels safe. And sometimes I couldn't find it in my romantic life, but I could find it in other areas, with friends, with family, even in moments when stranger helped me. That evidence builds a new reality for your nervous system. You just have to look for it. So finding evidence for all of those things is really important. So if you tell yourself, I'm not good enough, look for evidence that you actually are, and you will find it. And then when it comes to physical intimacy, that's another thing, that cuddling all night long, I used to say, just go away from me. It's just too much. Don't come into my space. But actually, it's more I work on myself. It's more I'm actually looking now for intimacy, because that intimacy actually didn't feel safe. And then I created a massive distance because the closeness literally felt threatening. And now I'm leaning into it slowly, and I can actually enjoy it. I can crave it. I can even want a bit more. And that's wild for me. It's so interesting to see that change. So in conclusion, there is a lot of hope because it can get better. I can see it every single day. And also it's a lot of work. It's a lot of looking at your old story and writing a new one and rewiring your brain over and over again. And it's tough, but it's so worth it.